Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and I wanted to do a video about the Doom Tower team that I use on like 95% of the stages to get through them pretty efficiently in between 1 and 2 minutes. Works on almost every single stage, normal and hard, and on full auto. So I'll talk to you about the thought process behind the team, why I use it, and we'll dive into the stats and the build, and then I will talk about some situations, those just couple 3 or 4 levels where sometimes I need to swap things out on the struggle of getting to the end of the Doom Tower. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, this is my account, which is pretty end game, so don't feel bad if you don't have the champions that I'm using. I've been playing this game for years. I've pulled a lot of shards, so it's just an opportunity to look into an end game composition that I am using on my main. I do lots of guides for, you know, rares and epics and beginner guides. I'm actually working on a big beginner project right now, but I also like to show you sometimes what end game type compositions are going to look like. So first of all, we've got Duchess as the leader. That's pretty self-explanatory. She's amazing, got the speed aura, places a lot of buffs to work with Seer, and then when things go awry, the Duchess is there to pull up my team, get the revive off, and keep us rolling. Lydia is there to place the buffs and work with Seer. She also does defense down and weaken, so very crucial role. Lydia the Death Siren is the reward from Faction Wars, and she is amazing in the Doom Tower. Battle Khazar is there for a little bit of heals, but mainly to pair with placing a bunch of buffs to work with the Seer. And then we've got the power couple of Raid Shadow Legends, which is Pritz Kaimar and Seer. They provide the ability to really place a bunch of buffs, nuke the enemy team, then Kaimar resets, and you are off to the next wave to do it again. So why not show you in action what it looks like? I'm towards like kind of the middle of the hard Doom Tower right now. I put it on auto. The main thing to worry about on the rotation is to have the Seer go second to last and the Kaimar go last to have the slowest speed. Now, there are other variations to this that can technically be better. You can build a super fast Kaimar, have him lead with an ability that is not his reset, and then you will be off and running to manage it more efficiently and blast through the waves a little bit quicker. There you can see I actually lost a couple people, but because I've got that Duchess there to pick up my team, it's gonna still work on full auto. Now, you can manual and do it a lot more efficiently. You can manage the Seer nukes and the different buffs going off and really take advantage, like right there, the battle, wasting the ability. You can prevent things like that. And actually, this is a funny stage that you don't want to be a little bit careful on because the Xavius can block revive and things can kind of snowball really quickly, working in tandem with the Venus debuffs. But obviously, Duchess with the block debuffs and the revive is going to come in super clutch on this. So it's just a very well-rounded team that can speed farm, blow them up fast, nuke, and do a ton of damage with Kaimar and Seer. And then you also have Duchess there to pick things up and keep it rolling if things do snowball and get out of hand and you have champions falling. Like right here, it's happening again. I've got champions falling, but as long as I've got Duchess in there, we're going to stay sturdy and be able to pick things up and keep rolling. The only way you wouldn't is if you run into block revivers. A lot of people complain about Mortem Macabre. It can be a massive pain with that peril that hits like crazy and will block revive, so you can't even use your Duchess to save you. Oddly enough, when I happen to be just recording this video, I run into that here with the Xavius. But you see the Duchess coming in clutch, but it could get dicey on a stage like this, even with a team as good as this, if things just don't line up and you end up slamming into champions that are going to place a block revive on you, and you'll end up losing a fight that you thought you had won. And then to dive a little bit more into the stats of the team, I want to pull up the actual screenshot of some of the different stuff going on here, and I'm going to use Farbstoff's RSL helper to showcase this. Now, I am working on a video to do a tutorial on using this tool coming up soon here. I do already have a video. I'll try to remember to link it up over there if you're curious about what the heck is this thing that he pulled up, but it's a little bit out of date. It's like a month or two ago. I'm going to try to get an updated one about the Farbstoff tool that you see here. But anyway, it's great for just mapping out and looking at a team that you've got going on right now. So you can see the builds and the stats. You can see the Duchess is built as a high HP immortal because as long as she survives, like you saw in the stage that I was running, my team cannot be defeated. As long as Duchess is there, she can pick things up and keep me rolling. Lydia Doesn't have to be in Relentless and Speed, but it really helps to have a high speed Relentless so she can cycle through as fast as possible, because it synergizes with the other theme of the champions, with the Battle being in Reflex and Speed, cycling through, getting those buffs up as much as possible. Kymar, Relentless and Speed, that way he can cycle through, get that reset off as often as possible. And then Seer in Reflex so that she can cycle through and get as many nukes off as possible. If I'm in a stage where it takes 2 or 3 minutes, getting all those cycles to lower cooldowns can really help me in winning a stage I otherwise may have lost. But there's other ways to do it. You can go with a Savage Seer and have her hit way harder, and it'll be much more impactful. Like I said, you can go with a super high speed Kymar and then set your actual AI or just manual, and then that can work out optimally for you too. So there's a few different ways to do it, but this is the build here that I've got laid out and why I do it like this. And just in case you want to see the full snapshot of each of the champions, I can do that for you really quick here just by pulling it up in case you want to screenshot masteries or anything. But yeah, this is just a general Doom Tower Duchess build with high HP, enough resistance to be sturdy, and then the masteries over there on the right. The Lydia was just my Doom Tower Faction Wars build. I'll use her a little bit in the tag team arena every now and then if it makes sense for the current situation. And then the Battle was actually a video I did about solo Dragon 20. I built a Battle to be my food grinder overnight for grinding the dragon and leveling up champions for champion training events and stuff like that. And then the Reflex Battle build just ended up kind of slotting into this Doom Tower team fine, so that's what I went with there. And then the Kymar, there's lots of different ways to do this. Those masteries are just kind of like for the War Master to help a little bit, get some extra damage and dungeon speed runs and stuff for like Fire Knight teams or Spider or whatever. But lots of different ways you can build the Kymar. That is the screenshot there for that one if you wanted. Seer, I ended up going with the crit damage mastery, but Helm Smasher is definitely really good on her. Savage and Helm Smasher are both great. Ignoring defense makes her nuke super hard. Usually Seer compositions are built around like being fine-tuned and being consistent, so I wanted the consistent effect without having to count on the Helm Smasher procs, so that's why I went with that route on the Seer. But that is the full build right there. And remember, I said that I will use this team like 95% of the time. There are some swaps I will make occasionally when this team just doesn't work. I'll take out these 3, I'll put in like Tormund, who I have built in a stun set. I've got a video on my Tormund build, which is the suppression, stun, like CC, lockdown Tormund. I'll try to remember to show you the thumbnail over there. I don't know if it'll let me link multiple videos, but I do have a video on the exact Tormund build. But I'll build like a high CC team built around like keeping like provokes and stuns and freezes on the opponents, so I can use somebody like Umbral's a pretty good one to throw in there. The Void Epic, I don't know if I could have it on the list here, might be in the vault. Umbral, yep, right there. Okay, so yeah, you can go like Tormund with the AoE stun, freezes, provokes. Umbral, Molly's really good, has the AoE provoke and then the turn meter boosting and the reviving. So I will throw in a team that is a little bit more CC centric, and there's a few different routes you can go to accomplish that. You can go double revive with something like a Blind Seer. Visix is actually not bad now in the Doom Tower, so sometimes I'll change it up if that general utility nuke team is not working. I'll fire up something like this, and then usually if I've lost, I'll step in and manual and make sure I'm managing the cooldowns super perfectly, and then just try to keep everything locked down. There's also a stage that is really hard, or at least the last Doom Tower there was, with like Siphies and Rhodos, but my nuke team did work as long as I manualed it. So I would have to manual it, do everything perfectly, and then boom, slam them down and not let them get snowballing with the decreased max HP from the Rhodos, and then have him stacking HP, Siphi popping off with all the buffs that she does. So it did work when I nuked it. But I guess I can use that tool just to really quickly show you the Tormund build I was talking about. This is the stun set to take advantage of the AoE A1 and just do a bunch of CC with the provokes and stun. But yeah, just a fun one about the process of what I use on my account to kind of breeze through lazy full auto and clear the Doom Tower and just kind of get through it. I have cleared all of them, and I do have guides like the Epic Champion Vergis, soloing the Scarab and some more beginner and mid-tier stuff. I do also want to work on some projects where we maybe talk about the best champions to build up for progression in the Doom Tower. I'm hosting a free-to-play competition right now where we're going to be giving out a big cash prize to the person that can do the best in this Doom Tower free-to-play on a brand new account. So that's fun. So lots of projects going on right now. I just thought this would be a fun look into the team that I am actually using and the thought process behind why, and then on the few small occasions when I make changes and swaps to make it work. So that'll do it for this one. As always, have a good rest of your day. Peace.